Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my Subnautica tutorial. So the last episode ended up being quite a bit longer. Let me just load this up. Let's see, which one is ours? That would be right here. Yes. Ended up being quite a bit longer than I thought it was going to be. So, I'm actually going to start a timer on this one, so I may end up going back and splitting that one into two different episodes. But we'll see. But over this episode, I realized I haven't even talked about death at all yet. But our goal... That was weird. Our goal for this episode is to get over to the Aurora, the big ship that's stuck in the sand, and go and explore that a little bit. And if you haven't played the game at all, one of the big fun things about this is going through and actually exploring and finding new, plant life and animal life and figure out what's what. So we're starting to get into a little bit of story stuff. There isn't much in the game right now, but we're starting to get into what is there. So if you haven't played the game and you don't want to, get any spoilers or ruin the surprises or anything like that, just stop watching now, go pick up the game. There's so much to do in here, even as a early access alpha. It's a lot of fun, and by now you should know if you're interested or not. So, yeah, that should do it. Let's see, so for our trip out there, we're going to need those batteries. We already have our... Yep, our radiation suit. Ooh, we should probably bring some food and water. That would probably be a good idea. Now, every other time I've ever gone to the ship, I have had a sea moth, which is the small submarine, but we unfortunately haven't unlocked all the fragments for that yet, so that's not within our build capabilities. So yeah, I'm just going to scoot over there in our Sea Glide, but first I'm going to grab a couple of pieces of food, if I can find them. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. You can't actually eat any of those ones, those are like small fish, but they're a texture, they're not actually a in-game object. Fishies! Oh, fishies, where are you? Oh, there's one. I see him, I shall pounce. Alright, that's one. Oh, I think I saw another one. Oh, nope, that's a bad fishy. Oh, there's a good fishy there, though. Quick! Quick! Okay. Where'd he go? Stop that! Stop swimming away! Alright, there we go. Ah! Come on! And I lost my base. Oh, fragment. What do we got? What do we got?
Emergency.
Sea Glide.
10 seconds of oxygen
Swim!
remaining.
Swim! Alright, oh, another fragment. What do we got? Another Sea Glide. I tend to go through and scan all these regardless, even if I don't need the titanium, because they'll stick there for a while or forever. I'm not sure how long they actually stick around for. So if you're looking for a different one, you'll keep running across the same ones and then get excited and go, oh, right, I've already had this one. Which is kind of sad. Alright, there's a piece of salt that I want. Alright, that should do it. That should make us all set for our trip.
New creature discovered.
Alright, so making the air sacs into water. And then I'm going to cook the hoop fish and one of the hover fish, and I'm going to salt the other. So I'm going to go into cure food now and cure this hoop fish with the fish and one salt. And now... this one, if you look, it's plus 23 food, but minus 2 water because it's all salty. So this is good for... don't do this unless you're planning on keeping it for a while. So I'm going to eat this one. And... darn. Oh well. Gives me plus 2 water regardless. Alright, that gets our stats way up there. Gives us a cured hoop fish, so it gives me an extra 23 food if I need it. And hopefully we can find some water over there. But let's go and find it. If I can find the Aurora. Good, our life pod is still next to our base. Because if that floats away, I don't know if I'll be able to find our base again. Alright, let's go take a look. Now this trip usually does take a minute, but since you're going through a couple different biomes on the way over there, you can keep an eye out for... Oh! Speak of the devil, 4 fragments. Now the Cyclops is one of the few items that doesn't have the, bugger. What do you call it? The placeholder fragment icon. So that one actually has real components. Another fragment. We are rich in fragments. Alright. Seamoth upgrade console. Alright. One of those ones we actually needed. Any more from hiding?
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Oh, there's another one over there, but I'm about to die. Seamoth. I don't remember if I've actually unlocked the Seamoth or not now. I have indeed. Okay. Oh, darn it. And I lost which direction the ship was in. This is one of those times where the compass becomes very useful, because then you don't have to keep going up and down, up and down, up and down, if you lose track of where your heading is. I think it's that way. It is not. It's that way. Okay. One of the things that's kind of fun is to build sea bases on top of these things. Or like on the edge of a cliff, because you can just see out forever. Oop. Those guys are lately scary. But there's a fragment over there, and I want it. Oh! And other scary things. Okay. Sand shark, pardon me, guy. Whoa, 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 whoa! Those damn things. You see there's those little squiggly...
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
These things, and they go through an animation cycle, they're shooting spikes at us.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
So yeah, about that death mechanic, if you've picked up an item... Oh, am I gonna make it? Wow, okay. Yeah, so if you've picked up, let's say you're in your sea base, and you go out and you pick up a piece of quartz. Or something big and scary. Aren't you gonna stay close-ish to the surface? Yeah, you go pick up something, yeah, like a piece of quartz, for example. And then, oh no, you got eaten by a shark. It'll teleport you back to your base, and you'll lose that quartz sample. So anything you picked up during that mission is just gone. Whatever you picked up since you left your base. Oh, there's another fragment. Oh, there's a whole pile of fragments here. Cyclops engine fragment. Now the Cyclops...
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
The Cyclops is a little bit different from all the other fragments. All the other fragments is as soon as you get all the parts of it, the 2 or the 3 or the 4 parts of it, then you automatically unlock the item, and you can go and build it as soon as you have the components. The Cyclops is different in that you have a bunch of different possible components. You have, let's see, the engine, you have the hull, and you have the bridge. And you have to get all of those first. Seamoth, Seamoth, these are probably all Seamoth fragments. I believe that's the only thing I've found over here, except for the hull pieces and the engine pieces for the Cyclops. This should... Yep, so we already have the hull unlocked, but we can't actually build the Cyclops yet because we don't have the rest of the pieces of it. That's a hull fragment. Yeah, those are all going to be Seamoth fragments.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
If you're having trouble finding the Seamoth fragments, head over to the ship. This place can be a little dangerous. A little is an understatement. So definitely be prepared that you may die. So don't go on a huge scavenging run and then head out here. always save first. These are little supply crates, and there's almost always something in here, and it's usually first aid kits or water or batteries, power cells occasionally. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, occasionally there are... Oh, here we go, battery. I like to keep these open so I know which ones I've seen, because they automatically close after you open them. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't remember. That's looking around. Oh, bouncy. Oh yeah, so don't... Let's see, disinfected water. Fantastic. Yeah, don't go on like a huge supply run and then head immediately to the ship. Always stop at your base first. Just in case something bad happens. Hey, hey, fish! Stop that! Stop that! Darn fish was pushing the fragment away. Alright, that's 2 out of 3 engine parts.
Emergency. Oh. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Here we go. Need 1 more engine part to unlock that. And then after that, the only thing we need is the bridge. There we go. There's our engine fragment.
New blueprint acquired.
Some more. Oh, that's one I already opened. Seamoth fragment. Fish. Another battery. Oh. Alright. Yeah, if you ever have trouble finding the Seamoth fragments, definitely head over here, because they are abundant. A lot of scrap metal. This is where I usually go to grab a bunch of scrap metal as well. Yeah, there we go. Got a whole bunch of water. Now, disinfected water, that's worth, yeah, that's worth 40, so that's particularly good to have. But that's a whole piece. Yep. That's a whole fragment over there. That's a whole fragment over there. It's just raining parts. Oh. And now our Sea Glide is dead, but if you look just above the quick items things, it says replace battery for R. Since we have a whole pile of batteries, I'm gonna press R, and we are back in business. Let's see. It's getting dark. Let's see, what do we have? Oh, that was a fragment. Scared the crap out of me. There are things big enough in this game.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Yes, thank you. There are things big enough in this game that will more or less swallow you whole. So one of them lives around here, and he is rather terrifying. Luckily, he makes a very distinctive sound, so you can identify him by that sound. Anytime I hear it, I usually spin around in place going, oh my god, where is he, where is he, where is he, where is he? And then he bites my head off. Ah, this is a signal. Now, oh, hey. They're going to be changing these in... sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I said I'm sorry! They're going to be changing how these work into future patches. Right now, if you look, if I can find it, geological formation. Now, what happened when I picked up that signal is it went into one of my electronics spots, and it gives you location on something. It's either geological formation, a section of the ship, a thermal reading. There's a bunch of different optional things, so it's good to go and explore these things, because a lot of the time there's something useful there, especially if it's a hull fragment. Alright, nothing scary in here. Okay. Hello. Bounce. Alright, stop swimming away. Stop swimming away. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's possessed. Oh, no, it's gone. It's okay, I didn't need that water anyway. That one's empty, very sad. Now, if you run into one of these and they're kind of half sunken in the sand, what you can do is you can dig into the sand and it'll pretty much take the sand out of it. So you may have to do that if the thing is, you know, half buried.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I'm just gonna leave that one where it is because it's bugging out. I did bring the item I really needed, right? Yes, I did. Okay. I've done that before. I've gotten all the way here and realized, oh darn, I forgot the key item. Sea moth, engine, hull, engine, sea moth. Is this the one? Oh, that's a stalker. Here we go. This is the part we're looking for. It's a big old crevice right around the middle. Yeah, I guess we're right around the middle of the ship. So yeah, just try and find this huge freaking crevice, and then this is how, well, this is one of the safest ways to get into the ship. Well, at least as long as you don't pay attention to the stalker. Oh dear. Alright, this is... Alright, we are in the engine room. Oh, ow, 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 ow. So, this place, if you notice, there's all these little cuts on the wall. These are what is leaking radiation into the local ecosystem. So what we can do is get close to it. You see weld percentage is at 0. So if I hold down the right mouse button, it'll start going through and fix that. And then, as soon as we're done...
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
So if you just go around and fix a lot of these... Is it fix out of these? Then it'll stop leaking radiation. And it does take a couple days for it to disappear. But then you can actually use a different wetsuit rather than the radiation one. I have had, you know, what is it? Meat-eating fish in here before. So if you start getting damage taken, you might want to swim away and then come back to the area in a second and go to one of the other things. There is, you know, fire coming from the ceiling, and if those land on you, they will hurt you. So if you're, you know, just walking around and you get hurt by, you know, a couple of points of damage, don't, like, freak out, just keep walking.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
If you look on the, just above the quick item bar, we're at 76% energy on this welder. And once it gets down to 0, that will go dead as well, the same way our Sea Glide did. But you can swap out the battery with the R button the same way. Later on, we will get an item. It's these, those things right there. Are they suckers? They're, I don't know. What they do is they're pretty much leeches. They attach to your arm, and it's they're creepy. And they'll start sucking your blood, and then you pretty much punch them off until they let go. But they do some damage while they're on you. Two left. I think I know where those last two are. Yeah, you can see all the pieces of burning metal falling from the sky. Should be able to stand up. Stand up. There we go. Alright, there's our last 2 breaches.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Alright, we're gonna grab this. This is a power efficiency module.
Energy particle containment field restored. Auto-decontamination sequence initiated. Aquatic radiation levels are estimated to return to safe levels in T-3 days. 10 hours.
Yeah, so there we go. We're all fixed. Radiation will disappear in a couple days. And until then, we just have to keep our suit on. The power efficiency module that I just picked up over there, that's going to be useful for our Cyclops. And that's going to be another minute before we get that. Almost all the ship is locked out at this point. You can't get into most of it. They haven't really built much of it. Oh, don't stand in the fire if that's not ridiculously obvious. I haven't found any technology in here. Oh, these things. I freaking hate these things. They're little, you know, one-eyed crab things, and they are so freaking annoying. They don't do, like most of these, they don't do a ton of damage, but yeah, it's enough, and they're bouncy, and they come at you, and unfortunately you can't scan them when they're dead. They have to be alive, so you can't just, you know, murder them and then scan them. Ow, bastard. Pardon my French. Where'd you go? Almost got you, almost got you. Almost there. There we go. Alright. Only real place to explore on here right now is to go this way. And it's real easy to fall off. There is no fall damage right now, so if you fall and land on a section of the hull, it's not a big deal. But it's annoying. Yeah, another battery. Open that up. Whoa, that one's being floaty. This one doesn't appear to need gravity. Oh, now it does. Disinfected water. Yikes. This thing might be, lately unstable. Yeah, looks like these things ate all the, deceased crew. Well, hopefully deceased. Oh, another signal. Fantastic. And another signal. Awesome. Power cell. That's nice to have. So those are a pain to make, and they're worth a lot of energy. So it's anytime you find one of those, pick it up. Like if you even doesn't matter what you have to drop, just pick those up. Remember that creature I was telling you guys about? That giant roar? That was it. Yeah, that thing. Alright. Exploring, exploring. So, I'm just going around and getting all the stuff out of these chests. Wow, we are wealthy in signals. Might be all of them. Friggin' crabs everywhere. Alright. But yeah, later on you're going to be able to find a lot more fragments in places like this. But for the moment they're just spread around the different ecosystems. I'm not going to go straight out. I'm actually going to go through one of the holes in the wall because I know what's out there and it is terrifying. So if you're feeling brave and possibly lightly suicidal, just go straight through the front of the ship. Deep dark water is scary. Swim away, swim away, swim away faster, please. Deep dark water, I don't like this. Whoa! Okay, that just spawned in. Now these are fun. Let's see. Just make sure it's a sea moth. Inventory full. It doesn't help me. Sea moth, yeah. So yeah, these will. Where is it? Where is it? That thing right there. That's the most terrifying thing.
Warning. 30 seconds of
oh dear,
oxygen
oh dear,
remaining.
oh dear, oh dear. Bad, 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 bad. I gotta go to the surface, but I don't want to because he's right there. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. I need to go over that way, but he's right there. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? No, 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 no. Stay away, stay away, stay away. Oh god, get to this, get safe, get safe, get safe, get safe. Ah! We may have a problem. Another power cell. Inventory's full. Dump of titanium. Yes, I know you're there. Can you go away, please? And a sand shark. Okay, I'm gonna make a break for it. Oh god, this is back over to deep water.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
And I gotta surface. Those things are incredibly fast. Those will outswim you 10 times out of 10. I'm gonna go straight out this way over the even deeper water and hope I don't run into any more of them. Those are the Reapers, and they're terrifying. Even if you're in your small submarine, they will still come at you and they will still kill you. So your only hope is to try and avoid them. They are theoretically killable, but that's no small task. And we are over the deep, dark water. Great. I can't see anything. Oh, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies.
Caution. Mild dehydration detected.
Okay, there's the bottom. I'm gonna drink some of this water I picked up.
Stabilizing.
I'll just max that out. Eat the fish. Okay, I think we're far enough away where he's not gonna chase us, I think, hopefully. Oh, please, yes. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the surface here. So we actually just swam over a different biome. A lot of this stuff is harder to explore without the sea moth, because the sea moth carries around its own oxygen, so you can, park this way down here, and then you don't have to worry about swimming up and down from the surface. Alright, let's see if we get anything. GD rays, no current use. But this we have a use for. Some
Warning,
lithium.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Oh dear. Grab one more lithium and then make a break for it. I've got to stop cutting these so close.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Oh dear. This would be a really, really bad time to die. But it looks like we're okay. Yeah, because if we died now, we'd lose, well, more or less all of this. We'd have the couple of batteries and the couple of tools we started this mission with. But one of the signals gave us navigation to a landmass. There are at least two islands that I know of. As far as I know, there's just two. So you can find them, but they're pretty well hidden. They don't show up until you're pretty close to them. The water gets deep. Yeah, I think the farthest I've had a use to go down is maybe 2,000 meters. Oh, and we just found something very useful. I'm gonna surface real quick, replenish our oxygen. So you remember those beacons I was telling you guys about that you should grab before you go on any big exploration things? I didn't follow my own advice and I didn't grab one. So we are by a hull section that was blown off the Aurora that's gonna have stuff in it. But with how much oxygen we have, we're not gonna be able to really explore this particularly well. And we're also missing a rather important piece, because anytime you go into one of these, you're gonna want a laser cutter. Oh. Just battery died on that. Just swapped it out. Yeah, you're gonna want a laser cutter because a lot of the time there's a door in these
30 seconds of oxygen remaining
that get jammed, and the only way to get into it is actually to cut it free, and there's almost always good goodies behind there. So I'm just gonna see if I can see where's there's something right there. You can see it in between the waves. Oh. Remember those islands I was telling you guys about? We just found one. Wow, one of those times I really wish I had a buoy. I'm not going to go over there because more Reapers live around the bottoms of the islands. So, yeah, I'm not going to... Yeah. No death. Thank you. But, if I look... So look if I... Looks like if I head out directly sideways of the ship from the center, I should be able to find that hull fragment again, and also the island again. But, again, that's where a compass comes in helpful, because you can tell, you know, exact cardinal directions. But we don't have the materials to build that just yet. Lesai. Let's see if there's any fragments in here. Yeah, a whole pile of them. What do you got? Mobile vehicle bay. I believe this is the item we need. And now we can build our Seamoth. What do we got here? Solar panel fragment. Don't need one of those at the moment. We're far enough away from our base, I'm not going to scan every piece. And we've just... I believe we have all the fragments in this particular area. So we should be good to go.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Swim away! Ooh, look, krill. Alright, and there's our base. Now, later on, the life pod is supposed to, you know, float around and float away eventually. For now, as far as I can tell, it's, you know, locked in place. But that'll give you your base a real meaning, because it'll be in the same place every time, and you don't have to worry about it, you know, floating away from you. Okay, how do I want to do this? Dump all of this stuff. Alright, so now we have a mobile vehicle bay, and this is what we use to build all of our, you know, bigger vehicles, including the submarine. And for this, we need some lube and a titanium ingot. So, titanium ingot is going to be 10 titanium. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, and then we just need some lube. I don't think I have any of that lying around, do I? I do not. Alright, so I'm going to make that titanium ingot. Basic materials. Okay. And then we just need some lube, which is, what is that, 3? I think that's 3 of the seeds. Lube is 3 creepvine seeds. Alright. Dump a couple of things in here that we don't need at the moment. Oh. Dump a couple of things in here that we don't need at the moment. Salt, lithium, dump one of the power cells, most of the batteries. The power efficiency module, we don't need this just yet. That's going to be for the big submarine. So just put that, you know, somewhere. And I'm going to unload all these signals, and disinfected water, and the first aid kits. Okay, and now I'm going to pick up a bunch of seeds. Because remember, these things take up a ton of inventory space. Inventory full for 8. Alright. Yeah, looks like that one solar panel fragment, or solar panel on the roof has been, you know, more or less perfect. Now, as you get more stuff in your bases and it gets bigger and all that, you're going to want to add more power supply to it, because if you have like a water filtration machine, which you get much later, those things just suck down power constantly. Alright, so that's our lube. And what else do we need? Nope, that's it. Cool. Alright, so now, if you look, that went into our inventory and it automatically went into one of our quick slots. And it tells us exactly what to do. Now, you don't want to put this over too shallow of water. You can always pick it back up, but I don't think I've ever picked one back up. But you release it. Same thing with activation for all the other things, right mouse click. And now we can swim to the surface, and This thing can be a little tricky to stand on, but there's a, there we go, climb. Does you have the option of, you know, climbing it or putting it back in your pocket. But we click on the console here, and then vehicles, we have the Seamoth unlocked. And for that we need a titanium ingot, a power cell, and 2 glass, which we may have all the stuff for right now. Titanium, power cell, and glass. Let's take a look. I was planning on doing that for next episode, but if we have all the stuff just lying around. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 piece of glass. That's 1 quartz. So we need 1 more piece of quartz. Yeah, it's all, the only thing we need is a piece of quartz. Yeah, we're gonna build a Seamoth right now. As soon as I find 1 piece of quartz. Where are you, quartz? You're around here somewhere. And one of the best times to look for quartz is at night because it glows lightly. So it's pretty easy to spot out if it's in piles. Yeah, like there's another one right there. And another one. 2 more to the right. Okay, that should do it. That's a stalker. I thought it was a reaper. There's no reason a reaper would be out this shallow, but one of those quick glances thing that just scared me. Okay, jumping in here. Make a piece of glass. Ooh. Helps if I actually click the buttons. Alright. And hopefully that's everything we need because we're out of power in here. So let's go up to the surface and take a look. Oh, titanium ingot and the power cell, which are right in here. Where did I put that power cell? There it is. Alright, then I need to make the titanium ingot out of these. Oh, it's unpowered. Need to make the ingot. Oh, sunrise. We're at 2 power. 3. I believe I need 5 for this one. Come on, come on. There we go. And titanium ingot. Nope, I needed 10. I'm gonna go to the life pod. Alright, parts, titanium ingot. Okay, hopefully that does it. I have 2 glass, correct? Yep. Power cell. Pretty sure that's everything. Yeah, these things used to have their own beacon, you know, flashing outline like the life pod does, but they got rid of it. Not sure if it was the last patch or the patch before that. So you can lose these as well. Alright. Vehicle bay, vehicles, and Seamoth. So we got the blueprint, the ingot, the cell, the 2 glass, and the lube. So let's put one together. There we go, our first submarine.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Zoom! Yeah, these things move pretty quick. So, same thing, this thing has a light source, the same as the Sea Glide, so right-click to turn that on and off. E to exit. And this thing does, you can't get them right now because you need the moon pool and the upgraded console, but you'll be able to add things to these, like storage spaces. It'll give you however many you want. Well, not quite however many you want, but if you open this panel right here, that opens up the access modules, and you have 4 of them that you can put in there. So you could put something that makes you go deeper, something that makes your power efficiency more efficient. You can put storage in these, or you can put you got a bunch of options. You can put a torpedo bay in here. Unfortunately, the torpedoes really aren't all that useful. They don't do damage to things. They just they confuse them more than anything. They spin around and create a vortex, and sometimes it'll fling them away, but usually they just get confused. But I think that's gonna do it for this episode. So yeah, next time we're gonna go down and explore that piece of wreckage we got, and to do that, we're gonna need to get the laser cutter. So yeah, see you guys in the next episode. Until then, bye.